Alright,
First 5 minutes we'll just eat pizza.
Yeah, these guys are eating pizza. I'm not. Someone's watching their carb intake. No, I'm fine. I got food at home. Yeah, so this podcast is brought to you by being hungover. I hate it. I'm really hungover. It sucks. I'm also wearing a nifty hat. Yeah, so are we going to do time travel again? Is that what we're going to do?
No. I don't even know what that answer was.
So, I'm going to start with a question for you.
Where's the mic? I'm just doing it to the camera because fuck the mini disc. It'll be alright.
Fuck the mini disc.
Pardon me.
I forgot this was the early 2000s.
I'm going to need that in 1992. As you said that. Yeah, that's fine. So.
Introduction.
Oh, yeah. My name's Alex Ryan.
I'm Alex Vellis.
We have the same name.
We do have the same name. Every time. That's that. We don't even rehearse that intro.
I know. We're so fucking on point.
Yeah. And today we've decided to we've actually split up our responsibilities for the podcast. We did an actively good thing.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. This is gonna sound really unprofessional. I'm gonna blow that out of the water. What are you on about? What
you do the audio. I do all the social media, and he does the that other thing that we do, the video.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to say his name on camera until the end. Yeah. So time travel. We're doing time travel again. We only got a quick time to do it last time because someone decided to turn up at the house, which I'm fine with. I don't mind.
No, it definitely wasn't a crazy moment.
Yeah, it was a person who's not crazy.
No, slightly crazy. Totally legitimate thing to show up at somebody's house.
My question for you is this. The following is my question. If you... Working up to it, come on.
If you answer me these questions 3, question the first.
I'm a sphinx. That's what's happened, is I've become a sphinx in the week off. Now I just riddle people. They're just trying to go to the shops. I'm like, answer my riddle. They're like, fucking hell, I just go
Jesus Christ, I just want some milk.
You're going to the greengrocers.
I had to drink milk today, it was horrible.
Who made you?
Well, the people that made my tea wrong.
Oh, fuck that, man. That's not good.
No, seriously, it was disgusting.
Other than that, how are we all doing? I'm wearing pyjamas! I think
What was the question you were going to ask me?
Yeah, my question for you is...
This is already a shitstorm. Carry on.
Is this. If you could go back in time to any point, it doesn't have to be within your own lifetime, it could be any point, all of history, where'd you go back to, and why?
I only go back?
Yeah, because we don't know what happens in the future. Although, let's make predictions. By the time this comes out in a few days, I predict...
Donald Trump will have said something fucking ridiculously stupid and it will be a new meme.
It's not even really a prediction.
Yeah.
That's
exactly what
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna predict that Nicholas Lyndhurst, who played Rodney in Only Fools and Horses, will have died
Or become a paedophile.
horribly,
Or become a paedophile.
or become one like he wasn't before.
No, he will do something.
He'll just become like, oh, you know what's good is kids.
Gremlin, feed him after midnight, touch his children.
So, you get to go back in time to any point. Where'd you go and why?
I think I would probably go to...
You're going to pick something boring, aren't you? You'll be like, yesterday. I'll go to yesterday.
10 minutes ago.
I'll go to the party again.
No, I think I'd go to... Can I come back, by the way?
Yeah, it's fine. You get to come back.
Yeah, I can choose when I get...
Yeah, you're just hanging out. It's like a holiday.
Okay. I think I'll go
Bring a beach ball.
Oh, do you know what I'd do?
Would you go to the beach?
No.
Would you go to the beaches of Normandy with a beach ball? That'd be fun, wouldn't it? On D-Day. You're just in the background.
No, I'd go back to... What do you reckon what would you say is arguably the most famous photo in the world?
That's a really good question.
So I'd like to go back to when that was taken and just be in the background.
And just photobomb it.
Yeah,
It'd be like the Kennedy assassination and you're in the background like, woo!
I don't get to choose where I go.
No, the most famous photo in the world is probably like man landing on the moon, which would make it brilliant if you went back in time and joined NASA. You went back in time and became an astronaut just so you could get in the background of the photo and like Neil Armstrong's planted his flag, you got like bunny ears behind his head or something.
Yeah, no, actually I think what I'd do is like if I could go anywhere, I'd go back in time on the moon, so that way when they landed I'm just like, can I come back now, guys?
I've been here for weeks.
Please.
You've just got your feet up on a rock. You're like,
That way we can see if man really landed on the moon, because there's people that believe that we didn't.
There are.
Because they're fucking idiots.
I love how people are like, that's outside the realms of possibility. We can get something like, okay, it's not that hard. Like, just get a big old rocket, go there, take a few photos. Someone played golf on the moon.
Really?
Yeah. I would have played rugby.
Why?
With the other astronauts without telling them. I brought up a rugby ball, planting their flag, I just tackle him over.
Really
He just goes flying in the moon.
Does the moon have any gravity at all? I mean, obviously it does.
A little bit, yeah.
It's got a mass, isn't it? So, but I meant like,
I think it's like 1/5 of the Earth's gravity.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Physicists, get at us.
My
Tweet
battery
us.
ran out. Sorry.
Oh,
But looks like you can just come back in at some point. We're just going to carry on talking. We're recording on that one.
Oh yeah, cool. That's good. I think it'd be fun to go back to like the Middle Ages and just talk to a peasant and be like, "This is shit, isn't it?" They'd be like,
They
"What do
wouldn't
you
even
mean?"
understand what you're
They'd be
saying.
like, "What do you mean?" You'd be like, "Well, your life's terrible. You just keep farming and then you die." Like,
Dude, that's
I would start a revolution.
That's pretty much what we do anyway.
Oh, fuck it is. I might as well just
Not start revolution.
I might as well just go into town and be like, "Isn't life crap?" Just walk up to like someone's making me a coffee. I'm like, "So life's meaningless."
What's going on?
Well, this one didn't apparently have any charge, even though I was pretty sure I just charged it up.
Hey,
What are they like?
what do they know? Do they know things? Peasants.
Let's find out. You're right though. Like peasants probably wouldn't even have a concept of their life being shit. They'd be like, "This is just my life." I'd be like,
Also,
you know, it doesn't have to be like that. They'd be like, "No, this is it."
No, I pledged my fealty, so you know, this is my life.
Oh, they'd be pledging fealty left, right, and centre, wouldn't they? If you went back in time and were just like, "It's an iPhone."
You would get fucking burnt at the cross.
I'm gonna play chess on it.
Burnt at the stake, rather. Burnt
at the cross.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I think I'd go back and like see Jesus, see what he was about.
That'd be fun. That'd be good. You go back and talk. Probably wouldn't be able to understand him.
No, what with him speaking Hebrew?
Yeah.
Or
But it'd be nice to be there, just in the crowd, photo bombing.
bring
bring a Polaroid camera.
Dude, do you know what it'd be, right? I'd go back in time and it'd be Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and Alex. Like, I'd write a bit of the Bible. I'm quite a good writer, so I like to think so anyway.
I'm quite a good writer. I'll write the Bible.
To be fair,
I'll just write the holy book. I'll write the word of God. How hard can it be?
Well, it's pretty dull, but...
Oh no! Don't steal. There we go. Bible. Got him.
So is this this time travel one? Is this just going to be you and I asking questions to each other about time travel?
I feel like we're going to run dry very quick because we don't actually know that much about time travel.
Okay, hang on. I got an idea. If you can go back, if you can punch any historical figure in the face, let's proper Fight Club this. Who would you punch?
It would be the Queen, and I'd do it now. I would just go to Buckingham. I'd just hit her, just sock her in the mouth. I don't even dislike her. I'm sure she's a nice person, but I just want to hit her. You know how you look at some people, you're like,
you want to punch an old woman, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't get out much. Okay.
Did you hear that in 2008 she asked for money from a national fund so that she could pay her heating bill? Did you hear that? It was in the Independent.
That's so shit.
Yeah.
That's really depressing. Just make a fire, Queenie. She'll be asking for money from the National Trust to get bloody jaw wired shut after I'm done with her. I'm also going to beat the shit out of her. It's not one punch. It's not one punch anymore.
What are you doing? Fisting a queen?
Oh man. Who would you hit?
Way up in the butthole.
We have a big old pine cone that we're going to smuggle into...
Well, we don't need to smuggle it anywhere.
Oh no, we already have it. Ha! Joke's on you, you guys don't have pine cones. Oh,
It is fucking massive.
Maybe one guy's listening, sitting there with his pine cone, like, joke's
Dicks.
on them. I've got one.
Oh,
Which
excuse me.
historical figure do you punch?
Which historical figure would I punch?
Spider-Man.
No.
No, he'd hit back.
Yeah, he'd fucking
And he's
batter me.
fictional.
Yeah.
While we're here.
I mean, obviously, I want to be like, I'd punch Hitler or something, but I don't think I would punch Hitler.
Oh, past me. I would definitely punch past me. I'll go back to time and be like, "You shit!" Just hit him in the mouth. I could go back to yesterday and I would still be satisfied by that.
So you'd have a black eye now, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's like recursive causation. It's like, you know, in Looper, where like if their past version gets like a finger cut off, then their present version is like, "Ah, my finger's broke." It'd be like that. I'd just sit here with a black eye, and be like, "What happened if I hit myself?" Punch myself in the eye.
Fell out a door.
I was being a dick. I deserved it.
No, I think I would.
I
would punch.
Churchill.
No, I was thinking
He's
maybe
pretty
like
jowly.
Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy's so fucking smug.
Yeah. Also, he's like the whole Vietnam War. Like.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
Like, yeah, people seem to really ignore that.
Yeah, people ignore it. It's basically because he wasn't alive long enough for people to realise that he wasn't great.
But he really wasn't great.
Yeah, I think Lyndon Johnson's my favourite president. The next one, although he did kind of he made Vietnam more. But like Kennedy's already got one toe in the water.
I think my favourite president is probably Richard Nixon. What
Really?
a piece of shit. Yeah. Because American politics isn't. I don't really know that much about it. But like the fact that, thanks to I almost said Richard Wicks. That's not who I mean. Thanks to
Shout out to Richard Wicks while we're here.
Yeah, thanks to Richard Nixon, every single fucking thing that happens now gets the word "gate" on the end. And it fucking irritates the
That
Christ.
winds me up
so much.
They're like, they just add it on the end.
Applegate. That's not how this works, you fucking piece of shit.
Oh, we misprinted Headline Gate.
Exactly. It's like, oh,
you tripped over Tripgate.
Tripgate. Garden Gate. That would be an interesting one.
Garden Gate.
That would actually work. Yeah. But yeah. So thanks to that fucking piece of shit, we now get a. Oh mate, I've got splinters from moving all that wood.
Hi-oh.
Kill me. That was a bit whispered.
Swinging his erection around.
We
got
did
splinters from it.
We did watch a load of guys erect a yurt earlier, really quickly. It was a mighty erection.
Is a yurt a tent?
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Can you pass me another piece of pizza, please? Oh, that was a lot of pizza.
Pizza.
A lot of
Swap you
places.
from a Luke today. It's
What?
next to your pine cone.
Oh, okay.
Pizza.
Okay, so if you could. Oh no! If you have to go back and sleep with a person, like any person, who would it be?
Oh god, anyone. It's been a while. I don't know, any historic... Yeah, absolutely, actually, it would be myself, because I don't know what I'm like in bed, and that's the only way to find out.
We talked about banging ourselves last weekend, didn't we?
I'm still on it. I'm still on the topic. I haven't stopped thinking about it. Just pork away. Just pork him in the pooper.
That tickled me.
But if it can't be me, who would it be?
Oh, we'll start with women first, and then we'll move on to men. It's pretty much my entire sex life right there.
I've done all the women. There's no one left. This is a good question. Which historical figure do I go and sleep with? I feel like before maybe the 1950s, everyone was really ugly. Like, everyone was fuck ugly. If you look at photos, they were like, ugh. Like, I would not want that. They'd all be stinking. Like, half of them would have the plague.
That's true.
You'd be like, I don't want
the plague wasn't abolished. Medicined. I'm just going to stop this sentence. In the 1950s.
You know, people still get the plague.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
No.
I love it. Like, imagine being a doctor and being like, I think this guy has the plague. You'd have to check it with so many other doctors. You'd be like, I know it's weird. This looks like the plague.
Guys,
like, if I got the plague, I would paint a big old black cross on my door, and I'd just wait inside staring out the window at people wearing a shawl. Like, I've got the plague. They'd be like, you're fine, take some antibiotics. But it's the plague. I'm dying. I'll be like throwing my shit out the windows onto the streets. It's the Middle Ages. I do what I want. I got the plague.
Not okay today.
Who do I fuck back in time? This is such a good question.
It is a good question.
Because like the easy answer is to go for like an old timey movie star or something. You go like
Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, someone like that.
Yeah. But like you don't go
Fred
back
Astaire.
far enough, and they're like 80. Yeah, well, in for a penny.
Oh, that's amazing. We're talking about sex, and the end of that sentence is in for a penny, in for a pound.
In for a poundy. I think I want someone powerful.
What, like the First Lady? Michelle Obama.
Hillary Clinton.
Again,
Again,
powerful.
don't need to go back in time for that. I reckon she'd be down for it.
Well, yeah, during that time in which Bill Clinton was getting a blowy under his desk, she'd probably be well up for it. Also, the problem is, we're talking about going back in time and sleeping with these women, right? But there's absolutely no chance that any of them would sleep with us.
Just show them your iPhone. Actually, not that amazing if you go back to the 90s and show them your iPhone. They're like, oh, it's a phone that gets on the internet. Cool.
Well, the internet...
You'd be like, but look at all the things it can do.
Bruv, I have memes.
Oh, you do. You can meme your way into bed.
Yeah.
I think Queen Elizabeth I to be fun. Oh no, she'd be all powdery.
Also, do you reckon she's into anal?
Queen Elizabeth I. Based on nothing, yes. Based on no evidence, yeah, she's well into it. That's why she never had kids. Didn't know where her vagina was. Keeps not working. I keep trying to get pregnant, it's just not working. And like, the guys are fucking like, yes. What? We don't know what's happening. If only there was some explanation.
I don't know. I think I'd go with like. I think it would actually have to be Audrey Hepburn. She's the most attractive woman that's ever existed.
So beautiful.
She's the most attractive woman that has ever existed.
Which Aubrey? Aubrey? Oh, Aubrey Plaza. No, she's alive now. I love her. Gal Gadot, she's great too. Which Audrey Hepburn? Like Breakfast at Tiffany's Audrey Hepburn. She has big eyes,
with a
little
pearls.
smile.
I'll give her a new.
I would really. I just want to hang out with her. I think I'd be like taking her on dates. Oh, you'd cuck me, wouldn't you? We'd both go back in time, and I'd be like, I'm going on dates. You'd be like, fuck her. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine.
I would take her for breakfast at Tiffany's.
And you'd sing the song, and she'd be like, I don't get it. You'd be like, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's?
She said, I think I remember the film that you're actually in, and it hasn't happened yet. Oh my god, time travel, boom!
She's like, yes, I'm currently filming Breakfast at Tiffany's. Why do you keep singing that? Think I remember the film. Just.
Do you know what? When I was younger, I used to get Breakfast at Tiffany's confused with the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club at Tiffany's.
Yeah, no, it's just like...
Yeah, I could be into that.
I was like, I don't understand how any of this links together.
You're like, I like the idea that you're always walking into the room and like you're always catching like 5 minutes of each film. You're like, these films look really different.
It's like when I thought, you know, The Talented Mr. Ripley and Catch Me If You Can. I thought they were the same film for ages.
The Talented Mr. Ripley about? Does it have Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
No, it's got Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And he steals
the
people.
Poor man's Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, it's actually.
No, Matt Damon. Sorry if you're listening. You're good. You're fine. You're a good actor.
Have you noticed that all of Matt Damon's recent films have just been like, Matt Damon's stuck somewhere. Please help. Send help.
It's like I went to the cinema the other day and there was a trailer for a Liam Neeson movie, and it was
Liam
called,
Neeson. Something has happened.
It was
He will sort it out.
But it's like he's so old. Like, have you seen that clip from Taken 3 where they have to cut about 40 times to show him getting over a fence because he clearly couldn't do it? So then, like, he has to vault a fence and they cut all around him and he's, like, straddling over. He's got one leg over the fence.
I met his cousin.
Did you?
Yeah.
Kevin Neeson.
No, it's a woman.
Cousins don't have the same surname either. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. What was her name? What was she like? Was she from Northern Ireland as well?
No, she's from Scotland, actually.
That's less fun. Anyway, anywho.
But this was when he was playing Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, that's cool.
In the Phantom Menace. That's how long ago it was.
Jeez, that was 1999. You must have only been 40.
Yeah, no, I was actually 42.
Yeah. The meaning of life. Yeah, no. So there was this trailer for a film, and it started out with Liam Neeson on a train, and this woman sits down in front of him and goes, "I've never got a commuter train before. You know, this is gonna be a fucking thrill ride." She's like, "I've never got a commuter train.
Have you seen Snakes
I
on a
bet
Train?
you know everyone on this train." He's like, "I know some people," and then she's like, "Someone on this train doesn't belong. Find him or I'll kill your family." And it escalates to that, and then the movie's called The Commuter.
That sounds bad.
Which is the worst title.
No.
Like,
worst
pick
title.
the most
Phone booth.
yeah, phone. I like the Commuter. Like, pick the most boring part of everyone's day. Call a film that. And you're watching like a 60-year-old Liam Neeson just walking through a train, and like a lot of the shots of the trailer are just him going, and he's like staring at people, being like, "Do I recognise you?"
Liam Neeson.
Like, and then at the end he jumps off the train.
Liam Neeson, discount on the train because I'm an OAP.
He's like hiding in the toilet, like. Okay, yeah, no, the stuff's gone. All right, I can get back to it now.
Liam Neeson having a shit.
I would. Oh no, I was gonna say I'd go back in time and hit Liam Neeson, but he's much bigger than me. I would
Also,
stand.
if you go back in time, he would
be younger. He'd be in his prime. I stand a much better chance against him now.
Yeah,
I would go forwards in time.
And fucking kill
when
him.
he's like 80. I just blap him.
Blap him.
Yeah.
You've never been in a fight in your life, have you?
No.
You just made this.
Does that
you
mean
just
it
made
does-
the sound
does that
that
mean
like
a
a
thing?
seagull makes when it flaps its wings.
Seagull. Blah, blah. Actually, seagulls are definitely that bird. Yeah, I take it back. You're right. That is how seagulls sound. Blah. Hey, Blub, you got some bread?
Got some bread on things.
It's my bread. I'm taking it home. No, give me some bread, bro.
They are dickheads, aren't they?
Yeah, seagulls are real shit. They also keep getting bigger.
Yeah, they are fucking massive. I don't understand why people don't eat seagulls.
But they taste shit.
Yeah, they are fucking shit birds. They're like the ibis.
Just the sort of thing that a seagull would do. Would taste horrible.
They are like, and they've always got lipstick on their tarts.
What?
Lipstick. Seagulls have little red bits on there.
Okay. No, they're all putting lipstick on in the morning. Like, this is gonna really piss that one guy off.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Alex Bellis is gonna hate this. All right, another time travel question.
Who's Donnie Brasco?
Donnie Brasco is a movie, and it's based on a true story, and the guy was like an informant, and the movie's got Johnny Depp and Al Pacino, and it's real good, and it's directed by Mike Newell, who also directed the fourth Harry Potter film, and that film's no good. But he also directed 4 Weddings and a Funeral. He's got a weird CV. Harry Potter, Donnie Brasco, 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
What an encyclopedic knowledge of something that I didn't know.
I might also be lying about 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I think he directed it, but don't.
Is that the one with Hugh Hefner? Nope, Hugh Grant.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, young Hugh Grant.
Young Hugh Hefner. Anyway, so yeah.
Why are we talking about Donnie Brasco?
I just couldn't. That name just popped into my head. I don't know who.
It's a good movie. Give it a watch. Give it a watch.
Watching The Punisher.
And it's also is it good?
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
My problem with those Netflix shows is they're like 13 episodes and they never need to be. Like even Daredevil or Jessica Jones, which are both great. You're sitting there and by like episode 8, you're like, fucking hell, just finish. Like, because they're so overlong. How's The Punisher pace? Is it good?
Yeah. Like, well, nothing's really happened. I'm only on the second episode. I might have watched it yesterday.
That's 2 hours of your time and nothing's happened.
Well, no, the first one was very interesting actually. It's a nice little setup.
I really like. Is it the guy? It's John Bernthal, right? The guy. Yeah. I really like what they did with him in Daredevil season 2. Like the first half of that season is excellent. You know where they have that rooftop episode where he's like, "You need to kill him. You got to do it, Morty." And Daredevil's like, "Oh, jeez, Punisher!" I don't know. And the Punisher's like, "No, you gotta kill him. Here's a gun. Shoot him in the head." Daredevil's like, "Oh, I'm blind. I can't see."
I love that his superpower is that he's blind. Like,
no, his superpower is pretending to be blind. I think we've discussed this before.
Yeah, I think we did actually.
He just pretends to be blind because he effectively can see because he knows everything that's going on around him. But like in his secret identity, he just wears the dark glasses and rattles around with the cane. He's like, "Oh, I don't know where anything is." It's the equivalent.
Why is that your voice when you mock things?
It's the equivalent of if Superman's secret identity was he pretended to have learning difficulties. Like Clark Kent is just in a wheelchair and he's like that would be insulting, wouldn't it? That would be wrong. So sometimes comic books use time travel, don't they? That's fun.
No, you didn't actually say who it is that you'd sleep with. We just.
Fuck yeah! You went Audrey Hepburn, didn't you?
She is the most attractive. Well, obviously not now, but
your mum. No.
Sorry, mate. She only sleeps with men.
Ouch. No, I've met your mum. That's rude. Your mum's good.
She's a good egg.
She's a
lovely lady.
Who would I sleep with? This is really hard. Why is this question so hard? You went straight after Audrey Hepburn.
She is gorgeous. She is just an incredibly beautiful woman.
Who would I sleep with? Rowan, give me some ideas here.
I'd
sleep with Rowan. I'll go back in time and he wouldn't see what was coming.
Well, I like the fact that you went back in time and slept with Alex's mum and you are actually Alex's father.
Yeah, I did the nasty and the pasty. That's why I named you Alex.
It's actually Alex Jr.
Yeah. Junior. It's so hard. Maybe
Florence Nightingale.
If we go movie star.
Oh, that's a good show actually.
No, I don't like her. I don't know why. I irrationally don't like Florence Nightingale.
Really?
Yeah, it pissed me off learning about the lady with the lamp.
What about Mary Curie?
Yeah, she's alright. She's good at curing things.
Oh, what about Helen Keller?
I don't know who that is. God, this is bad. I should know who that is.
Yeah, you definitely should. Bizarrely enough, she was a eugenicist, right? Which is
great.
No, listen.
She'd just keep killing our kids until she got a good one.
Well, no, that's the crazy thing. Like she can't see, she can't speak, and she can't hear, and she learnt a language.
Why would I want to sleep with her?
I don't know. It'd just be interesting.
I guess it'd be fun. It'd be nice to talk to her. Oh, she can't talk.
This is the worst podcast we've
maybe
ever made.
young Winona Ryder's great.
Well, when she was stealing shit.
Yeah, I would like to clarify. It's not good that anyone's dead.
I don't know, it's pretty good that Hitler's
death
dead.
sucks. No, I'd rather.
Would you rather Hitler was alive?
Well, this is going somewhere.
Could try him for his war
to
crimes
answer for his crimes. I'd rather just be able to have Hitler sitting in a tube, and you go up and you go, you know what, Hitler, you're a real dick.
You're a real piece of shit.
History has turned against you. Your 1,000-year Reich lasted like less than a decade.
Although
your entire country was split apart. Admittedly, we do have Nazis now, but everyone hates them. Apart from people like, you got to hear both sides.
I fucking hate those cunts.
I hate it.
Oh no, it's totally okay to listen to what the Nazis have to
well,
say.
if you think about it, Nazis are just the same as anti-Nazis because you got to hear both sides. Like no, like one of them's Nazis. Like, I thought we were past this as a culture.
Nazis.
As a culture, I thought we were past this. I thought we got to the stage where you put Nazis in a movie and everyone would go, bad guys.
Yeah.
All you need. Look at them. They got the bloody
badge.
I was thinking they got those Mickey Mouse tattoos. The temporary ones. No. Yeah, they got the swastika, but you see them and you're like, bad guys. And now there's people actually in 2017 that are like, I don't like what they're about.
Oh,
did you not play Call of Duty, bro?
Or Wolfenstein, which has actually been in the news recently, hasn't it? Well, recently, like it has been in the news. But
yeah, because
like literally from 1989 or whatever, whenever the first Wolfenstein game came out, like the whole series has been about killing Nazis.
Yeah.
And now in 2017, they're just like, no, that's bullshit.
It's because they were like, they did in their promotional campaign. They were like, oh, let's really make America great again. And we got to this weird, bizarro situation where, like, it's like some sort of parallel universe where Nazis are okay, and all these people are like, can't believe there's a game out where you just shoot Nazis. That's not good to the... What about tolerance? What do you mean tolerance? They're Nazis! Like, at what point do you just go... if someone's, like, marching and heiling Hitler, you're like, I reckon he's got some good points. No, he doesn't.
No point.
No, he doesn't. And there's no conversation you can have there that's going to go well. They'll be like... I really don't like Jews. You're like, okay, good, that's okay.
That's the end of this conversation, you fucking piece of
where
shit.
do you go from that?
Oh, I was gonna... What is it? The other thing that really bugs me is like when people are just like, oh, so much for the tolerant left. Fuck off! You're a literal Nazi! You fucking massive piece of shit!
I love how they act like they're the ones that are being hard done by.
I know!
They're like, oh, you can't even be a Nazi anymore. God, political correctness gone mad. Like...
It's got a right.
What happened to my freedom to be a Nazi?
You're like, fuck off.
You don't have that freedom.
What was that point that I brought up yesterday? We were having a conversation with a friend of ours.
Were they a Nazi?
No, he's just a right centralist.
Oh
Right-leaning
God,
centralist.
that's not as bad.
That's not as bad at all.
It's nowhere near as bad, but it is bad.
Well, actually, it's just not as bad as Nazis. Like, let's just be honest.
I mean, yeah, okay, Nazis are a very high bar to set.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get much worse than that. But he was saying something about taking over the world, like, oh yeah, we're English, like, fucking, we took over 3/4 of the world.
Okay, bear in mind, this person's like a right centralist, and they're also speaking like a supervillain.
Yeah. Anyway,
they're like, I like to hear both sides. I want to take over the world.
No.
Spread the British flag. Rule Britannia.
Anyway, yeah, and he was just like, yeah, so we took over 3/4 of the world, blah blah blah. And then we went on to the topic of reparations. It's like, why do I have to pay reparations when I've never done these things? And I was like, well, you can't claim being like, oh yeah, we've taken over 3...
You can't be happy about it and then be like, no, but I'm not tied to it at all.
Exactly, that was my exact point. I was just like, yeah, how can you be like, oh, we took over 3/4 of the world and then not have to pay reparations for that when you can't have.
I also like that. Like at this stage, it's not even reparations.
Phrase.
It's not even reparations. We have just. Like, we still just have jewels that we just took from India.
Yeah.
And the Indian government keeps being like, can we have those back? And Brit's like, no, you can't. Like, that's not reparations. That's just giving them their shit back. Yeah. Just be like, we still have them. That's not reparations. That's just like, it's like walk into someone's house, you just take something. And they're like, and you're like, we're cool now, right? And they're like, no, can I have my book back? You're like, no, fuck you. No, it's mine. It's my heritage. It's going in a museum.
Fucking, we're such pieces of shit. Anyway,
it's just
so if you could go back in time to British Empire times, what would you do about it? Time travel. I mean, realistically, nothing.
Yeah, no.
We'd just be there and probably just complain about it.
I don't have any power, so.
You'd have all the power of a smartphone.
Okay, so I literally have no power.
And take an electric shaver with you. They look pretty fucking stupid when you trim their moustaches, when they're like, ooh, the Empire.
No, my power! I'm melting!
I mean, it backfires on you when you run out of battery and there's no charging plugs.
I mean, and also the fact that I will get murdered the shit out of for being a witch. Or a warlock.
I don't know. Or a warlock.
We don't want to offend any pagans.
We don't want to offend any warlocks in the audience. I feel like in like the 19th century, they probably wouldn't think you were rich. They're like, oh, he's just got some kind of future technology. You'd be a god to them. A shaving god.
Yeah. I'd probably create brawn, the shaving.
And also and also while people are asleep, you could shave like dickhead into their hair.
Yeah.
Like just the word dickhead.
Just shave a swastika into the back of their head. How fuck them up.
Someone would be like, I don't know why, but that symbol makes me uncomfortable. Like, give it time. Give it a few decades, you'll realise why.
Gotcha. So going back to colonial era, I don't really know anything about... Do you know what, actually, depending on how far we're talking about colonial era, I'd probably go to America.
Yeah, God, that'd be great.
I'd probably try and free the slaves.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they do get freed, but like...
That's always interesting to me as well, is when people are like, oh, it's a different time. And like, no, at the time they knew it was wrong. Yeah. Like, at the time there were lots of people being like, we can't just enslave people. I was like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it. And they're like,
but we really
can't do this. Like, at the time, people were like, even people that supported slaves were like, this is probably wrong, but I really like having slaves. Like, I don't want to
have to do my own laundry, so...
What am I going to do? Plough my own field? Pay someone?
Who's going to pick my cotton?
Not bloody likely.
Yeah. Also, I just remember that thing that Kelly Osbourne said again. She's such a dickhead. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to check it out, go online, have a look. Kelly Osbourne fails to Trump.
Haha.
Thank you. Wordplay. That's what I do. Poet.
It's weird, isn't it? It's a spat between two reality TV stars, except one of them is also the president.
POTUS.
How fucking bizarre is that? Like, we live in such a weird timeline. Like, I feel like someone went back in time and just stepped on a butterfly or something and...
POTUS.
And now they're like, oh god, I made Trump the president. It's like Back to the Future 2 where Biff runs that. He runs Hill Valley is the name of the town. Yeah, it's a great movie.
That's a good movie.
And it's Trump Towers.
Yeah, no, actually, like he was like based on Donald Trump.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, history.
History does repeat itself,
and it's bad.
It's not good.
Break time.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Bye.
Did I say bye?
Oh, hello.
We'll be back.
Right, time travel. Yeah, Forrest Gump shit, isn't it?
I like that film.
I hate it.
Are we filming?
We are now.
Okay. So time travel.
What about it? Sucks.
Is it a thing? Does it
Who
know
knows?
things?
They have that thing in
Let's
Watchmen in the comic book where to fuck with Dr. Manhattan because he's all... Watchmen? Watchmen's really good.
Yeah, no, it's... I hate that film.
The film's no good, but the book's really good. And Dr. Manhattan's like, oh, I see you all through time. And then Ozymandias is like, ah, tachyons.
Ozymandias, mate. King of Kings. Get it. No,
Walk out.
Please. This podcast is brought to you by snacking. Okay. Anyway, so I would wager that if there was time travel, we would fuck it up.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely, lad. Specifically if we had time travel.
Well, we've already, with our time travel questions, we've already decided we'd do the stupidest things. Like, I would just go back and tell peasants their shit. I'd be like, you're gonna die.
What was mine?
You're gonna bang Audrey Hepburn, that'd be good.
Oh, yes. If you could go back and sleep with any man. Did I tell you that my barber thinks I'm gay now?
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So I went to get my hair cut the other day, which is why it's shorter. Camera.
Continuity fans out there. Everyone that's keeping up with the canon.
Yeah, so I went to get my hair cut, and my mate was with me, and then she left. And he was like, "Oh, is that your wife?" I was like, "No, not at all. No."
So the barber's like, he's not married, therefore he's gay.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were then chatting, and I'm like, that was a bit much, wasn't it? We were then chatting, and he was like, "Oh, strange. You don't seem like any of the other gay guys that I've met." I was so uncomfortable. Like,
did you just have to roll with it?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm not exactly the straightest man on the planet. being attracted to men and all.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And women, podcast listeners,
Ladies.
Anyway, but yeah. So I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to be like, I'm not gay. So I just went with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's quite presumptuous of your barber, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Brand new barber.
Oh, they're always, aren't they? Just when they're cutting your hair, they're like, "Oh, how's your day been?" I don't care. I don't want to talk about that. Talk to me about life. What's your philosophy, barber?
Nihilism.
The barber's just like a really sad existentialist. He's like, yeah, nothing matters. Like when he's cutting, you're like, oh jeez, it's got heavy. Maybe I do want to hear about your day.
I can't cut. I
cut hair recently. Yep.
I cut hair because I can't cut my throat.
Nah, you still could.
Yeah. No, what? Not with scissors, mate. They're hard. Actually, I cut my finger on some scissors the other day. I was trying to clean it with my hand. I was just like.
You're trying to clean the scissors with your hand. What did you think was going to happen?
I'm really
running your finger along a blade.
Yeah, I once cleaned a razor with my fingertips. Idiot.
That's a fun way of saying that you cut your own fingerprints off.
Well, I didn't mean to.
I was cleaning a razor. It's just like sandpapering your own hand.
Anyway.
Never clean. Never clean.
Oil me. Yeah, so I think I'd sleep with Nelson Mandela.
Why?
Prison sex.
Lots of people have been in prison.
Yeah, but not many of them are Nelson. Not many of them.
Not many of them. Actually, only one.
Not many of them are Nelson Mandela.
Who would I timey-wimey man fuck?
Don't fucking quote Doctor Who. I can't stand Doctor Who. Oh, actually, I've got an interesting Doctor Who fact.
Go on.
So, you know Tom Baker, the one with the scarf?
Not personally, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. Oh, actually, another Doctor Who fact. You know Colin...
Firth.
No, that's exactly who I was thinking.
Baker.
Is it Colin Baker?
Maybe.
Yeah, so that'll do. That doctor.
No one tweeted us. We don't care. We're calling him Colin Baker, that's his name.
I just know someone called Colin Bradbury, actually. This is...
Who cares?
Anyway.
Get to your Doctor Who fact.
So Colin Baker, or whatever his name is, he we met him at Sci-Fi by the Sea.
Who's we?
My whole
you
family.
and the country.
My whole family.
Oh.
And yeah, and he cracked onto my mum.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's weird. My mum, this is my British TV fact, was working at... Oh no, she wasn't working. Someone else she knew was working at a hotel in Margate when they filmed the Only Fools and Horses episode where they go down to the beach. And she hung out with the cast. And the barman came onto her. And when she told me about it, she was like, yeah, he asked to marry me. And I was like, oh, Mum, you used to be a looker. And she's like, yeah, he's dead now, so I think I picked the right choice. And I was like, whoa!
And it's a shame
that's how that goes.
It's
Jesus.
a shame that, like, Nicholas Lyndhurst is a paedophile as well. So.
Are we just slandering him?
Oh, gosh.
As he ages, his eyes get much further apart.
Yeah.
I'm worried
like
they're going to drift.
Dies,
I'm worried they're going to drift off his face. He's going to look like that weird alien from Star Wars with the hammerhead. The other one in the bar that just turns around and goes, woo! And that's the only scene that alien's in. And he just turns around at the bar and goes, woo! And he's got a big old white head.
So my other Doctor Who fact is, Tom Baker. You know his scarf, his really long scarf.
Mm.
What they did is
Not personally.
So what they did is they gave all this wool essentially to this woman on the set, and was just like, yeah, can you make a scarf out of this? She didn't understand what they meant. And
how do you not understand that?
She's
she's never encountered the concept of a scarf. She's like,
I don't know.
What? It goes around your neck like a tie?
A cravat.
She just keeps coming back with, she's like made a pair of gloves. Like, that's not a scarf. She's like, I don't know what it is.
No, apparently
I made a hat. Is this good enough? No, we want a scarf. We demand a scarf.
It's a hat for your neck, sir. Anyway, so apparently she didn't understand the concept. She thought that she was meant to make it out of all of the wool.
Oh, that's why it's so long.
Yeah, because she made it, and then they were just like, well, fuck it, we're keeping this. It's a nice touch.
I like that she didn't understand the concept. I think there's still comedy potential with this. Like, how do you get the job in a costuming department without knowing what a scarf is?
No, she knew what a scarf was. She still made a scarf.
Was she even working in the costuming department, or was it because it was the 70s where they're just like, you're a woman, you can knit? Like, she was like a director, and they're like, make a scarf. She just, all right, sorry, she just starts knitting.
Tom Baker was from the 80s, mate. He was like the 7th Doctor or something.
I bet he was alive in the 70s.
Yes, 100% he was alive in the 70s.
So I'm right.
If we could go back in time, though, we'd be able to find out.
We would. That's what I'd do. I'd go back in time, and I
see
wouldn't
if
have
Tom
sex with
Baker
him.
was
But
alive.
I would just check. I would just check he's alive.
Go back in time whilst he's sleeping, just like lean over and do that.
It'd be like just checking his pulse. It'd be like in the first Terminator movie where they send this like super high tech robot back in time, and to find Sarah Connor, he just goes through the phone book, and he keeps showing up at other women's houses named Sarah Connor. He's like, Sarah Connor. She's like, yeah, and he just kills her. Like, like that with Tom Baker, except you're just checking he's alive.
Right, literally the opposite of killing them.
Spoilers! I'm not bringing him to life. Yeah, thanks, man.
But sharing is caring.
You're a good man.
I'm a pretty average man, if I'm honest.
Alright, who will win in a fight? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield, 100%.
I think Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is stronger.
Are you fucking mad?
I think Andrew Garfield would win it, but I think Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is stronger.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man has to be stronger because he's such a fucking cunt.
But also, he'd be pulling those faces the whole time. He'd be like, "Arrgh!" Okay, what about
hate him so much.
it's a dance-off?
It's a dancer.
Who wins?
Still Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, no, Tobey Maguire's not the best dancer.
No, he's terrible. He's terrible at everything.
Trying to tie this into time travel. I can't. Spider-Man 2099.
The Days of Future Past. That's X-Men. Carry on.
That is X-Men.
Same world though.
Love a bit of X-Men.
Yeah, I do love a bit of X-Men.
Former men.
Did I told you.
This is going great, isn't it? We're the X-Men! You're like, that's fine. 2017.
Transgender conference.
Transgender's fine. We have powers! Do you know? We just used to be men! Like, great.
Powers, I have tits now.
Fucking free country. Go for it.
Oh.
They call me Cyclops. Why? I've got an eye. Everyone has eyes.
Puts a new spin on Nightcrawler as well, doesn't it?
Does it? Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
So that's a film with time travel in it, isn't it? Days of Future Past. I like that film.
Good tie.
I like
X-Men.
I can't say X-Men now without it being funny.
You've totally ruined an entire franchise for me.
But like, imagine them being really serious, like, we're the X-Men. So I was like, what? You look like men. They're like, oh no, we're men. We're X-Men. What does the X stand for?
X.
Former.
Previously.
You used to be a bunch of guys. Now we're mutants. Yeah, so that film.
Dude, no, that's not a thing that you can say.
I'm not saying transgender. I'm saying the X-Men are literal mutants. I'm sorry, he's firing laser beams out of his eyes. That's not a trans prejudice. He is also a mutant. He can fully be transgender.
You literally
but he is also a mutant.
You jumped literally and be like, oh, we're the X-Men. To like, they're mutants. Like you.
They are. I know that's the entire premise. I know the entire premise of the characters.
You made it sound like the first part was like. Trans mutants. Not good.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch anything, mate. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and I'm going to eat food and. God, I'm just describing what a human does. I sound like a bad robot. I sound like a robot that's like trying to fit in. I'm gonna eat some food.
I'm gonna eat some food, human food. I'm gonna use the toilet.
What are you gonna do there? I don't know.
Change my oil.
Flush it.
I don't know why I had to do that. Fucking motion.
So yeah, Days of Future Past is fun because in that one, Wolverine has to go back into his past body. Did you know that? I bet you did. You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen
And the other thing that's weird, not quite time travel, but it is weird, is that they did X-Men First Class, and it's in the 60s, and X-Men Apocalypse is set in the 80s, and there's no way it's been 20 years. They all just look a few years older.
That's because they are only a few years.
So my question to you is...
Yeah. I posit this hypothesis. Hypothesis.
Why can Shadowcat do the time travel in Days of Future Past? Her powers are phasing through things. They just wrote in, they were like, oh, she can...
Yeah, well, she can phase through time. That's probably the loose connection there. What?
That was just a good point. I hadn't foreseen that. So, God, this is a shit show. We're not even drunk.
I know. Well, to be fair,
I guess we're still residual drunk.
No, I'm not. I wasn't even drunk yesterday, really.
Oh, I was.
Like, I did rip a fire alarm out of the ceiling. So.
Did the fire alarm start it?
Fucking yes, mate. It was going on for so long.
I like that that's your solution, is the fire alarm's going off and you're like in someone else's house that you don't know. You just rip it out the ceiling.
The worst part is the wire stayed attached to it, so we just had to push it back up.
Well, it didn't stop. It just ripped it off the ceiling.
Oh wait, you didn't even solve the problem then. You didn't even solve the situation. You just ripped it off and now it's like, oh, it's slightly lower down and still making noise.
Yeah. When I lived in that crack house on London Road, the fire alarms once went off and we could not stop them for love nor money. So the guy that I lived with, who's a scary drug dealer, or was a scary drug dealer, I think he's in prison. He was just like, I don't know what to do. Got a baseball bat and smashed it off the ceiling, which is why I know that
he's like in a fight with a fire alarm.
Well, he won. He definitely won.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he
also got in a fight with the fire brigade.
He once ran through a wall. Actually, we had a wall.
Were you roommates with the Juggernaut?
No.
of X-Men. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? You're right, Juggernaut. He just walks through the wall. You don't have fucking go clear.
You made him sound like the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh, no, what does the Kool-Aid guy say? He doesn't say Juggernaut. He goes, oh yeah, oh yeah,
oh yeah. That was my Juggernaut impression of the Kool-Aid man.
That was a weird movie in X-Men 3 where he's played by Vinnie Jones.
That was a fucking strange move.
Who cast him?
I don't know. It was a terrible... It's weird to think that Vinnie Jones used to be a professional footballer.
Everything about that. And he's wearing that big old rubbery bodysuit in X-Men 3 where he's like, so do you want to work out for this film? No, I just wear some rubber. He's got his abs and then he starts shouting at people. I'm not a fan of it. It's quite uncouth.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I thought that was a bad casting call.
It was very poor.
Yeah. If I could go back in time, I'd change that. I mean, I'd probably do lots of more important things, but...
What film, if you could change one film by going back in time, so it has to be a film that was like, could have been very good, but something went wrong.
Oh,
you go back in time and you're basically like a producer, so you're like...
What's that fucking called? It's apparently the worst sci-fi film ever made. I quite liked it.
Battlefield Earth?
That's it.
Love how I knew that. Never seen that.
Have you not?
What would you do to it? You just like it. You just go there and let it be the same. You'd be like, oh, that was fun. Got to see Battlefield Earth got
I wouldn't fucking cast John Travolta to be in it. That was a bad call.
I'd cast him as every character.
Actually, do you know what? I'd probably shoot Tommy Wiseau.
Why?
Have you seen The Room?
Yeah, someone needs to shoot him.
It's a fucking shit show.
He's a scary guy as well.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not hear you.
I did not. You know, there's that. There's
it's
that
weird
movie.
We did that like in unison.
We're pretty good at this.
Yeah, we're like considering we do not rehearse this at
we're
all.
in sync, like the boy band. You know they're doing that movie that's coming out soon, isn't it?
Disaster
That's
Artist.
fun. Yeah.
With James
I really want to read the book.
Why do you speak like such a cunt?
I'm tired.
Okay.
So go back in time, change one film.
Battlefield Earth.
What do you change?
I told you I'd take John Travolta out.
And keep the rest the same.
Yes, I mean the premise of it's pretty good, but John Travolta is a fucking shit show of an actor for sci-fi.
He's a weird plastic man.
He did that really good. What was that one where he had had brain cancer or something?
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
And like he suddenly
I don't know what you're talking about, but you're thinking of Face Off.
I'm not thinking of Face Off.
You bloody should be. Face Off's excellent.
Swordfish. That's actually quite.
Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Is he in that?
Yeah. He plays the main antagonist.
The main fish.
Yeah, he's the.
Is that a movie about fish? I don't know what that movie's about. Has it got Halle Berry in it?
It does have
Halle
Berry in it. No, she's a woman. She plays a corpse, actually. Spoilers. She doesn't just play a corpse, although she does become corpseified. Or die, as the case may be. I'd probably go back in time and stop Scientology from being a thing.
No, I'd invest in it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea too.
It's a good cult. I got really sad when I found out Hare Krishnas were a cult.
Of course they're a cult.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, whenever I was in London, they were just the happy dancing men. I'd be like, "Oh, Krishna," and I found out it was a cult, and I was like, "Oh." Do you know I would have been right. I would have fell for that if my parents weren't there. They'd have been like, "Do you want to praise Krishna?" I'd be like, "Fucking right, I want to praise Krishna."
You're the sort of person that
shave me head and give me a tambourine.
Aims for? Aims for.
What?
You're the sort of person that Charles Manson aims for.
Is he alive?
I think so. He's in prison.
Did he ever time travel? Getting back to it.
No, but he did once record a song with the Beach Boys.
Yeah, I heard that. He was like part of that whole scene.
Have you heard it?
No, I haven't. I heard about it.
Oh right, I haven't heard it either.
I'm sure it's shit.
So I think I'd go back and maybe stop John Lennon from being shot or die or however he died.
Yeah, that'd be fun to have him still around. Because Paul McCartney's around and he's like increasingly embarrassing.
Jesus Christ, he
He's just
actually
like
looks like a sack, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like Droopy off the Looney Tunes.
He does.
With his like saggy face. And he's always bounding on stage, oh, I'm Paul McCartney, guys, let's all have fun.
He's gotten really bad at singing as well.
Yeah, I bet he has.
The thing is though, like,
I'd go back and I would kill Paul McCartney because that means John Lennon has to be alive.
I think I'd probably...
It's like Highlander.
I'd make Yoko Ono change her name just because I don't like it.
To what?
I don't know, Jonathan.
Jonathan Ono. Jonathan Ono.
Hang on, maybe a better one.
Jill. John and Jill.
Jill Ono.
Jill. Jill Ono. Oh no.
Actually, I think I'd maybe make her change her name to like just a singular letter, or like.
Oh no, she would love that though.
Yeah.
She's such a
the artist
pretentious
formerly known as like
bitch,
Yoko
and
Ono.
she'd change her name to like the letter Y, and she'd be like, they'd be like, why did you change your name? She'd be like, why indeed? And then everyone would be like, oh, that's I hate it. Fucking sick of this shit. You know what else I hate? Jim Carrey. Right now, pissing me off. He's got a big old beard, and he's going around being like, nothing matters. I'm Jim Carrey. Oh, fuck you.
I think I'd make her change her name to Bono. That way her name would be Bono.
And that would also really piss Bono off.
Yeah, Bono Ono.
Bono Ono.
Or like Brian Eno. Eno Ono.
What's
Bono,
that
Brian,
joke?
Eno Ono. Well, I'm just saying words.
What's
now.
that joke? Where...
My qualifications in your life?
Oh no, I'm sad. Kidding, I was always sad.
Joke's on you, miserable. And me, I am a liar.
Oh, there's that joke where it's like, who's David Bowie inviting to his party? Bono, Eno, Ono. And it's a photo of him with Bono, Brian Eno, and Yoko Ono, and they're like, David Bowie, you mad conceptual bastard, you've done it again. And it's made me laugh, gave me a chuckle.
I have no idea why that's funny.
I went,
Is that funny?
It's pretty funny. Listeners, at us.
Comment.
At Alex and Alex Podcast, which isn't an account that exists. Hashtag is it funny?
What is the account that exists?
Oh, we don't have one.
Oh, okay.
We will do.
Social
Should
media.
we wrap it up, or do we have any good time travel points?
I think we haven't even hit an hour yet, so I think we should like do that. Got 6
Let's
more
talk
minutes.
really slowly.
Okay.
Time
Finger.
He's the man whose finger goes back in time, and it's like a little baby finger.
Yeah, what's that one?
Because he ages forwards, but his finger ages back, and he's got one small finger on his hand, and he can't scratch his back with it. Time finger. Wah, wah, wah.
Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer changes his name to Max Power? Max Power, it's the name
And
you
that's-
love to touch.
But you mustn't touch. I know where he's like, that's the end of that chapter. Flicking his scarf over his shoulder. He's a cool guy, Homer Simpson. Also real abusive. Why does Marge stay with him? Discuss.
I don't know.
That's a bloody time travel point. The Simpsons, because, right,
I don't know.
hot
how
take. Because it's...
Fucking what are you doing, bruv?
Making a hot take. Oh,
Can you hear that?
Who's calling?
Sam Taylor.
Oh, hang up.
Sorry, Sam Taylor.
Just
But
press
just
the top
fucking hell,
button.
mate.
What?
Just press the toppy lucky.
The Toppy Locky?
Toppy lucky.
Also, that's going to have been picked up so strongly through that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. He's bugging me. Yeah, so, Simpsons,
Yeah.
right? Because they're always in the present day,
Mm-hmm.
I heard this the other day and it freaked me out. So, you know they do the 90s episode, so like they have the one where Homer and Marge originally met in the 70s and then they met in the 90s, and... Lost it. There was... fuck. There was a thing where the episode where... There was an episode recently that was set in the past, and the year it was set in had been a future scene from another episode of The Simpsons. Isn't that weird? Continuity. I haven't explained this well.
No, I don't even know what you're talking
There was
about.
an episode... I sound like a crazy person.
Do you reckon time travel would work in Game of Thrones? I don't know why.
I mean, at this point, like, the show is no good at this point. Fuck it. Like, just bring in Tony Stark of House Stark with his armor. End the war. I don't care. Yeah, fine. Fuck it. Time travel. They all... But then that's another thing. Because Game of Thrones is in another universe, they could all be 100 feet tall, but everything would just be to scale.
That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Well, no, actually.
Shut up, man! I'm going to edit that out. I'm going to edit me saying, yeah, it is! And it'll sound like you said it.
Okay.
I have all the power.
I think Oh, actually, if you could, we're getting proper thin on like if you could do things back in time. I'll tell you, if you could change time in any. Why did that start off as if you could kill? If you could change time in any situation, like change it so that something would be different now. What would you make it so that it was different in the present day? And
right now?
Yeah, and how would you make it so that? Like, what would you change in the past to make your? So, for example, if I went back in time and killed you, that way we wouldn't have to be doing this shitstorm of a podcast.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like to do that.
You kind of suggested it like you'd like to.
I wouldn't like to get blood in my hands, man.
If I could go back in time and change something for the present day, what would I change? There's the obvious like political ones, like I'd stop ISIS, but I wouldn't.
Well, that seems to be something that would exist regardless of what you.
Yeah, like you'd stop ISIS and there would be a different bunch of guys.
Crisis.
Different crisis. There'd be a different bunch of dickheads going around being dickheads.
I know someone with the first name ISIS, and now Facebook won't let her have that name.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it's proper strict.
Fake news. World's fucking full of it.
That was real news. I literally am the most humble.
That was real news.
I am the most humble man.
What a tune.
Yes.
My man. What would I do? If I go back in time and
Slow
change something?
down.
If I could change something from right now, I would make myself a lot richer.
How would you do that though?
Stocks. Bitcoins.
Yeah, fucking yes.
Go back in time, buy a bunch of bitcoins.
Ryan fucked up. He almost bought £100 like a few years back, and
they were 67p ago.
Why didn't you?
Because it was like a weird thing, and I was on Silk Road, and I'm like, oh, this is crypto money. This is bullshit, and then I didn't. I bought one, and then
I'd go back in time and I'd invest in bitcoins.
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to do something that maybe like wasn't incredibly self-centered?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, what would you actually change though? Like, what in the world would you change that probably wouldn't happen in a different form anyway? Oh, stop Brexit. I don't care. Go for it. Leave the EU. Not my problem. Well, it is my problem.
It's massively your
very
problem.
much my problem. But fine. Like, how would you stop that? You just go around talking to people, being like, "Hey, the EU's great." Like, or you go back in time and I don't know, you'd kill Osama bin Laden before 9/11. Something bad is still going to happen.
I think maybe I wouldn't avert the Cuban Missile Crisis. See how that changed things.
What do you mean? Oh, what, you want it to be a nuclear war?
Yeah, see how that works out.
I imagine bad. I'm going to propose that it's bad.
But then
I'd go back in time and if I were in the American, like, just to see how things turned out, if I were in the American government, I'd just nuke Russia after World War II. I'd be like, oh, we're allies, and then just drop a bunch of bombs on them and be like,
actually, we can go back.
Stay in your fucking lane, Russia.
Go back.
See you. Putin.
Go back even further, and we can like just stop the American Revolution from ever happening.
You know what I miss? Pangea. I'd go back and I'd stop the continent splitting because I like the idea that you could walk to anywhere if you wanted to.
Oh, you can, mate. You just at one point you're gonna be walking around a boat quite a lot.
That's dumb. I have no response to that. That's dumb.
You're dumb.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not.
I refuse it.
You definitely would be walking around a boat.
You would be.
Or on a plane. But you can't really go around a plane. Just walk up
you can if it's landed. You can walk around it.
Yeah, but then why would you even do that? That's not going to
exercise.
Get to your destination, is it?
No, it's not. Where's my destination? But if it's Pangea, it's great.
Well, really, everywhere's Pangea, isn't it?
Mate, the world needs a good old Pangea again.
Do you reckon an apocalypse would save the world or like make it worse at the moment?
It would definitely make it worse.
Okay.
Like by
it's
definition.
the plot to Heroes, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, they just want to blow up half the world.
God, do you remember when like we were so starved for TV shows that we all watched Heroes? And like even after season 1's good, and then we all watched season 2 and we're like, oh, this is fine, yeah. And it was shit, and then season 3 happened and we were like, I love Heroes. God, I would go back in time and
I should have a Save to Chile to Save the World t-shirt. I don't know what happened to it. I really want to get a Cyclops' Right t-shirt.
Yeah, you told me about that. You were doing the
one.
bloody Genosha. I don't know if I'm talking.
I might actually just buy one on Amazon Prime. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Amazon Prime's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really good.
We're giving away so much of our freedom just to these mega corporations. Like, what could go wrong?
Have you heard that they've got drone deliveries?
Yeah, freaks me out.
Yeah.
But I would like it if they were just using, like, surplus military drones. Like, you just get, like, a fucking Christmas card just bombs through your roof. Like, someone strikes you from 30,000 feet up. And it's like, how would you rate your delivery? Like, fuck, just come through the house!
Oh, did you see, what was it?
There's my CD!
Rowan was saying earlier about how, people are just going to shoot down the drones, which means that they've obviously got to have some sort of defense capability. Which means that there's now like there'll be drones on American soil shooting at civilians. Well, it doesn't mean that, but it could mean that.
They might just be armoured, but
yeah.
But rise of the machines, mate.
Yeah, it's getting intense.
We're gonna get conquered by a bunch of machines that are just trying to deliver fun things.
Parcels.
I've got a book for you! Ah!
Please, no! No! No!
I've got a book and I'll kill everyone in my way.
Oh, that proper spiked, didn't it?
Yeah, I'll do that if you scream.
Scream no over and over again.
So,
time travel though.
Yeah, what about it? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Does it know things?
Let's find out. Time travel's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty pro time travel.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, so I think that concludes this podcast.
How would you want time... If we got time travel, how would you want it to be, like, regulated? Would it be the government gets it? Would it be everyone just gets a time machine? Or would it be you have to be rich to get one?
I think what I would do is... None of those options seem very appealing, actually.
No, but, like, what other options are there?
Give it to the poor.
Yeah, but then everyone gets one.
Well, no, then...
Which I'm fine with, actually. If you got time travel, you might as well give it to everyone.
I think it should be like...
That'd be chaotic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be terrible.
You'd be sitting there and you'd just turn into a toaster. Because I don't know how time travel works. I imagine that's the thing. You just become a toaster.
No. No. No.
You're not a physicist. You don't know that.
Metaphysicist.
Meta.
I'm not a metaphysicist.
Yeah, how would you like to see time travel regulated?
I
wouldn't like Amazon to have it. I wouldn't like them to be able to deliver me things before I've
ordered them, yeah. I think...
You're about to order a sex toy. Thanks. It's just a drone, just a fucking naked Arnold Schwarzenegger just appears in your room. He's like, I have your parcel. Did you have to send humanoid robots? Could you... I can wait a day. Just send it in the post.
This took such an interesting turn. Also, why is it that you're buying sex toys on Amazon?
Got to buy them somewhere.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. And you might as well get next day delivery or pre-time delivery.
Amazon Prime. It's pretty good.
Amazon Time, that would also be a great name.
Amazon Time. Yeah, I'm just saying what you said.
Yeah,
there was
thanks.
nothing new
way.
coming from there.
No. Yeah, so I think I think
don't fuck with time. I will mess with time.
I think I'd rather have teleportation than time travel.
I would like to be the only guy with time travel.
Yeah,
but it would be a right ball ache after a while.
Also,
every like minor thing, if you tripped over, you'd be like, go back in time. I didn't trip over. Like it would just get such a pain.
I'll tell you what. It'd be interesting if the time travel only worked so that you can go back a maximum of one day. Everybody got that power.
Yeah, it'd be like quick saving in a video game. I'd go on.
That would actually be quite interesting.
I'd go on a few massacres.
Yeah.
Try and stop me, NSA. No.
Oh, do you know what?
I'm not really going to do that.
Do you know what I'd do actually? I would get really fucking drunk, and then go back in time and not be hungover, but still remember my good time.
Genius.
Thank you.
That's
Wouldn't
so
do anything
smart.
good with it though.
Yeah, but like I feel like every time you try and do something good with time travel, something bad happens.
Yeah, you end up saving the whales in fucking Scott Bakula versus the World.
The quest for peace.
Yeah, A New Hope.
A new empire strikes the Jedi. Right on the booper.
Boop. Qui-Gon win, which is funny because he dies. Spoiler.
Qui-Gon lose.
Dickhead.
That's what Darth Maul should have said. He should have stabbed him and gone, more like Qui-Gon lose. And Obi-Wan would have been like, no!
That's a bad pun.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't even make sense. Because he doesn't even know he's called Qui-Gon Jinn. And he would have had to have set himself up for it. Like, you think you're going to Qui-Gon win? Lightsaber through the chest. More like Qui-Gon lose. That's what I would do. I would go back in time and make Darth Maul say that.
He doesn't say anything in the whole film, does he?
He says a couple things. He goes, yes, my master.
Oh, did you ever see it where...
and then he goes, zoom.
The entire lightsaber scene has been like, all the sounds of them clashing has been taken out and replaced with
Owen Wilson saying wow.
Wow.
I hate it and I hate myself that I like it.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
There's the thing. What happened to Owen Wilson? He was in that movie, Midnight in Paris. Seen that movie? That's a good movie. There's a bit of time travel in it. He meets Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald, and they have fun, and it's a rom-com.
I haven't seen it. It sounds quite good though. Apart from the way
good.
that you just described it, which made it sound terrible. It did though, man.
Alright, that'll do it, probably.
Have you ever seen One Night in Paris? It's Paris Hilton's sex tape.
Oh no, I have seen it.
I've seen that too.
She's not that into it, I think. Like, I've watched that sex tape, but she's just like, this is fine.
Also, how do we feel about sex tapes?
Make
think
them,
they're a bad
make them if you want. I don't care. Like, it's your life. It's your body. Make one now.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, that's true.
Ooh, harsh.
Listeners do, but they can't because they only listen.
Ha, dickheads. Love you.
Yeah, please, us.
Validate me. Alex and Alex needing constant validation because their lives are pathetic. Plus Rowan, he stands behind the camera.
What do you mean that you think sex tapes are bad? You think people shouldn't be making them?
No,
or
I
you
think
just
people shouldn't be releasing them.
Obviously, it's immoral to like leak stuff. Like we've all looked at the photos of Jennifer Lawrence, whatever. We've all looked at them, and we shouldn't because it's bad.
My girlfriend at the time gave me a massive bollocking for that. Understandably, of course. Well, I shouldn't have looked.
Yeah, but we like, and yeah, it's bad to leak stuff without people's consent. But like, if you want to make a sex tape and put it online, like, go for it. I don't.
Yeah. Well, that's what porn is. Literally, what porn is.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? You can be 16 in the UK and have sex, but if you video it, it's child porn.
That's a weird thing that you jumped straight to that.
I've considered this myself before. It's just like, are you legally allowed to watch your own sex tape if you're 16? Discuss.
I don't think you are.
Also, if you're in Russia, then you're 14. And in some states in America, 12.
If I'm in Russia, I'm 14.
Just flat out. Whenever anyone goes there, instantly becomes 14 years old.
Weird
No,
bit of time travel.
the age of consent is 14 in Russia, and in some states in America, it's 12.
Bullshit, is it 12?
Seriously.
No.
In some states, you were even sober.
Huh?
I don't know. It was a bad joke that didn't pan out very well when I said it.
Lucas A, it's great. Russia is pretty weird, isn't it?
Russia is a fucked up place, man.
It's real big.
It is real big.
I'm not adding a lot to this conversation. Russia's weird. It's fucked up. It's big. It's the biggest country. Most of it's empty though, so it's fine. You don't need to worry about it.
With the the Trans-Siberian Railway, takes 8 days to get from one side of Russia to the other.
That'd be a
But
fucking slog, wouldn't it? Imagine
before-
if you're like, I'm gonna ride the Trans-Siberian Railway, and you just said like,
Before that,
This
it
is
took 2.5
horrible.
years.
fucking hell, really.
Yeah, Russia's massive. Man.
Russia's so big.
It
Why
goes
is it
from-
that
does
big?
it go from Moscow to Vladivostok?
Yeah, yeah, no.
Which isn't even the furthest point.
Well, Vladivostok's the furthest
Easterly point?
east, yeah. But by that point, it's so far east, it's almost west.
Except
Because
for the fact that that's not true.
Vladivostok is closer to Japan than China is. You know that? That's a
didn't know.
fact for you.
I didn't know that.
Quick fact!
Yeah, no, then how can it be so far... Dude, that's such a fucking bullshit thing to say. It's so far east that it's almost west, except for the fact that Japan is definitely in the east.
Yeah, okay, you're right, you got me on that one. World's round though, isn't it? Discuss.
Well, for the point of this conversation, I'm going to disagree. Us flat earthers have fans all around the globe. I'm not really a flat earth theorist because that's obviously fucking bullshit.
I like
Sorry,
it
listener.
though. I like the fat Earth. The Earth's overweight. Go to the gym, Earth. No, I like the flat Earth thing because I like that people who just clearly need something to believe in. They're like, let's just believe the Earth is flat. I like that commitment. Like, I would like to believe in something.
Mate, I can't even believe
any
in myself.
options?
I can't even believe in myself. Like,
Oh god, that's the hardest one.
Really?
Yeah, well, I don't even come close to believing in myself. I believe I'm going to fail, and then I do. Oh, now it's sad.
Is man an error of God or God of man?
God of man.
It's God of
Fault of man.
So, that was a strange moment, which we'll actually be discussing next week. Do you reckon there's any chance that we could do one of these podcasts not dying?
Yeah,
No.
We've had a few, haven't we? We had that one where we were drunk. We've had I've been ill, you've been ill. It's been a real roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Thanks to all the listeners, all my people out there.
All the listeners. Oh, actually, we do actually have some listeners. Like, people actually do listen to this.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
weird.
crap.
Mental, isn't it?
I reckon it's because they just want to they want to hear some great mates having a chat, and they're like,
So that they can't find those, so they sign into us. Tune in, great mates. Quick maths.
quick maths.
We're proper dating this podcast by using references like this and like saying things like, "Man, Kelly Osbourne fucking not trumping Trump," or whatever.
Why is Kelly Osbourne relevant?
She's not.
Thanks.
She's equally as relevant as we are.
I'm good. I'm happy now.
She's
I'm happy that she's not. You know, she had a sister that like lived in the house when they were doing the show, but the sister didn't want to be on the show, so she wasn't on the show, so she had to be in the house while they were filming the show.
What happened to Jack Osbourne?
Who?
Her brother.
She have a brother
Yeah, Jack Osbourne.
from another mother,
No, same mother, Sharon Osbourne.
same father.
Ozzy Osbourne. He's from Birmingham, I think.
No, he is. He's from the black country. That's not a race thing.
I never said
Not a
it
race
was.
thing. It's called that.
What
I don't know why.
Coal, mate, coal.
Coal was great, but now it's bad.
It's no. What is this?
Because it's bad for the environment. But
Yeah.
at the time, it was like, oh, look at all this fuel. Isn't that good? Let's burn some coal. And everyone was like, let's find some
The
coal.
funny thing about people being like, oh, you can't use coal. It's bad for the environment.
Fucking watch me.
It's just recycled dinosaurs. That's something about time, isn't it? Dinosaurs. They existed.
Dinosaurs were around in the past. And the other weird thing is, like,
Some of
the
them are still alive
fucking
now.
Cretaceous period, all the dinosaur periods were so much further apart than we are from the most recent dinosaurs. Isn't that weird?
Also, like, the fact that Jurassic Park is called Jurassic Park and a T-Rex was in the Cretaceous period as opposed to
Yeah, but Cretaceous
Jurassic
Park
era.
sounds shit.
as opposed to the Jurassic era.
Jurassic Park's good.
Do you reckon I should call my next book Era of God?
I think you should call your next book Jurassic Park, and you should just write Jurassic Park
Thousands and
and
thousands
see,
of times.
and just see if it sells. Got this great story about dinosaurs.
An old man on a dinosaur island.
The old man and the dinosaur.
The dinosaur that wouldn't die.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Dinosaur. Something like that. I'm a writer.
I'm real tired.
I'm real tired too.
Okay, is that it for this? Is
I'm
that,
going to die alone.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Well, actually, the alternative is not any better.
What's the alternative you're going to die with?
Someone, but that means that at some
It
point,
means they followed you.
yeah, at some point, it means that they will have to die at the same point. And if you're in love with someone, you don't really want that. So if you're lucky, they will die first, and that way they will never have to suffer the loss of you not being there.
Like Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, I don't know who his wife was, so Mrs. Reeve, I suppose. Ms. Reeve, as the case may be.
Muzz.
Widow Reeve.
Widow Twanky.
Is Reeve her first name as well?
Reeve. No, it can't be. It might be.
Oh, I was thinking of Reed.
I guess you can name your kid what you want. I'm not gonna stop
You're not
you.
allowed to call them things like Hitler or Adolf, rather.
Yeah, no, that's a thing, isn't it? There was a baby. I can't remember where it's from. It's probably America. Called
Obviously.
Tallulah Does the Hula from Hawaii. That was the baby's first name, and it
What
wound
sort
up.
of
It
cunt
wound up.
parent?
It wound up going to court, and the judge was like, "This is
No.
just bullshit. Like, you can't name your kid that." They're like, "Why not? Like, you can't. You just can't."
Tallulah Does the Hula from Hawaii.
Yeah, I don't think she was even from Hawaii,
I
which is
think-
misleading.
Yeah, I think
On top of everything else, she's a liar.
Tahula does the lying from Hawaii.
Yeah, bloody. Look at her being a bloody
Her parents are cunts.
manta ray.
Manta ray.
I was thinking about Steve Owen and stingrays, and I thought manta rays are cool, aren't they? They're real pretty when they do the.
I used to know someone called Steve Owen.
What's the twist? What's the twist of the story? Every time you bring someone up, there's you're like, you used to know someone called Steve Owen. He got ripped in half. There's always something like that. What is it?
That's a twist.
You just knew someone called Steve Owen.
Yeah,
That's a worse story.
Not all of my what? Not all of my stories. Name.
You're known for your stories. They call you.
That's
they
literally
call
what I
you
get paid for.
Storytelling Velis.
That's not what nobody.
Everyone does.
Nobody has ever called me that.
Rowan, back me up.
Storytelling Velis is, yeah, no, I mean, I'll call him that every day. Not to his face.
Spinning the yarn. Is he's
Story
always,
Velis.
always spinning the yarn.
No, I'm not spinning a yarn. I don't even know how to knit. I do know how to knit. No, I don't. I know how to sew. That's it. I always get those two confused. Anyway, but name 3 stories in which it's had a twist like that.
I think
Well,
there was 3 today.
there was that person you slept with who died. There was that other person you slept with and you went, she had cancer. Like, all your stories just wind up in a dark place. Oh, I knew someone called, I forgot his name. I knew someone called Steve Owen. What happened next? He's gone to prison. Like, that's how it would go.
He might have gone to prison. I don't know. I haven't seen him in ages.
That would explain why you haven't seen him.
Yeah, we'll explain why I haven't seen him. Maybe he's travelling through time.
Aren't we all?
Maybe.
On this crazy...
Sorry, what was that third story? Because like those first 2, they're like.
It was one of the first 2 again. It was a rerun.
Oh, okay. Wait, how do we feel about reruns? Because they're ever so slightly faster when they're rerun now, so they can have.
Really?
Yeah, so they can put in more space for
No.
adverts.
Really?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Genuinely.
No. Yes. No. It
No.
can't be true.
That is true.
I disbelieve you.
I don't give a fuck what you believe, you massive cunt. Sorry, that was a bit much.
A little bit.
Yeah,
God.
sorry. I don't know where that came from.
That's okay. Just
I'll tone it down.
please.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? So they can fit more showings in. So that
No,
everyone-
so they can fit in more adverts. Because obviously,
how much do they speed it up?
I don't know, 1 point. So
like a really like basically. You wouldn't
so a
notice.
25-minute episode becomes 20 minutes.
I
Because
don't like that.
where they have the old, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. I'm so tired. I'm tired.
All right. Cool. Everyone, good work.
I'm not sure how I feel about this podcast.
He's Alex Valis. I'm Alex Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at AlexTRyan27, and you can find me on other places as well. Add me on Facebook. Be a pal.
Yeah,
Be a pal. And also you can email the podcast at alexandalexpodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any
and
questions.
you should get in with some sick questions about time travel, because I think we've covered all the bases. I think we've explained it pretty well. But
I don't think that's true. Don't fucking laugh.
I think we've explained it pretty well. Yeah. I think it's possible that a listener
That we could have explained
a
it
listener
better.
could plausibly come out of this podcast and know how to build a time machine. I don't want to brag, but I think that's...
Wasn't there that 17-year-old kid that built a nuclear... We watched it yesterday, a nuclear reactor in their...
Yeah, in his
the mum's
basement.
shed.
Yeah, the shed. Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, also impressive. Was he trying to get superpowers?
Well, he just got
No, we
loads of
discussed it.
burns on his
He's just got
face.
radiation
He
poisoning.
did.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed this before, actually. You don't get superpowers, you get cancer. That was, yeah.
Support him on Patreon and give us the money.
No, Jesus Christ, stop talking. My name's Alex Velis. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon at Alex Velis Poet.
.com.
No, I don't have a .com yet. And by .com I mean website.
Don't have a .com.
I have a dot matrix. I don't have a dot matrix.
What's a dot, mate? It's not important. I don't care.
Something to do with pictures.
Pictures are great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Second favourite form of still media. After words.
is there anything else that could be?
No. There's only the two.
Oh, sculpture. That's a still media.
Sculpture's dog shit. I hate it.
Ooh, harsh. Architecture.
I'm taking a solid stand. You know what? Sculpture has got away with too much for too long. The bloody sculpture stranglehold on popular culture. I'm not for it. I'm taking a stand. It's bad.
I quite like sculpture. What are we talking about next week? We're talking about memes.
Oh
Aren't
yeah, we're doing your Technicolor meme code, which I'm going to say a lot on it. I think it's funny.
yeah. So I'm an aficionado of the meme scene within the internet.
The teen meme scene.
Don't fucking say that.
Keep watching the skies.
Yeah, I think we're out.
That's general good advice.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Oh, actually, unless you're crossing a road, then.
No, you gotta look up, because imagine if you're crossing the road, you're like, oh, it's safe to cross the road, helicopter lands on you. How do you feel? Like a dick.
Have you ever seen it when you're walking with your head up and then...
I like how you just looked up after I mentioned a helicopter landing on you. You're like, on the off chance.
I haven't looked today for the helicopter landing site. Huzzah! Oh no, that's what I meant. Yeah, you need to turn this off, mate.
All right, we done?
Yeah.
Goodbye, my lover.
Bye!
My friend.
You've been the one.
James Blunt. Love his Twitter.